In this video, we're going to talk about evaluation of polynomials by nesting. So let's quickly take an example. We have f of x, which is a polynomial, equal to 4x cubed plus 3x squared plus 2x minus 4. So to evaluate these polynomials by nesting, we first need to pick the first two numbers, okay, and then we are going to write these first two numbers in linear form. Linear form as in ax plus b, okay, where a is the first number, b is the second number, okay. That's the coefficient of this number and coefficient of this, okay. So we write it in this form. So we are going to say 4x plus 3. Then we are going to bracket it, okay. So after bracketing it, we put the x outside of the bracket. Let me clean this out. So once the x is outside of the bracket, we add the next term. So the next term here is plus 2x, but we are not going to be looking at the x. We are going to just be picking the number by itself. So we are going to be saying plus 2, and then we are going to be bracketing this whole thing, okay. And then we look at the next number. Now when we get to the constant value, that's the value that doesn't have x variable, we do not, okay, we have to put x outside of here. Now when we get to this value, that value that doesn't have an x, we just write minus 4, okay. So we have f of x equals to this. So this is also this, but it helps you evaluate things easily. So if I were to say f of 2 in this form, it would be much easier to do it by hand than this form, okay. To be simpler to solve. Okay, so if you were to have done this by this, it may have been more cumbersome. I would be more likely to make a mistake. But evaluating this by nesting form makes it easier for us to get our answer. Okay, so let's pick another example. Okay, so I would like you to pause the video and try this example out yourself. Okay, so in this case, if you notice, the first term had a degree of 4, second term degree of 3, but the third term has a degree of 1. That means we don't have a degree of 2 in this question, okay. So we need to fill it up if you want to analyze by nesting, okay. So this is f of x equal to x raised to the power of 4 minus 3x cubed plus 0x squared, okay. So it still means the same thing as this one, so plus 2x minus 3, okay. So we do the nesting. We take the first two terms and write them in their linear form, like I said earlier, okay. So the coefficient here is 1, so I could just say x plus minus 3, x minus 3, okay. So I bracket it, then I write my x outside, okay. So I go to the next term and I write the constant term there, so plus 0, and then I bracket it, and then I write my x outside, and then I go to the next term and then I write the constant term there, okay, and then brackets, okay. So I have my x outside of it till I get to my constant value, which I don't need to do that. I just need to write minus 3 at the end, okay. So this is the nested form. This is the nested form of this, okay. Okay, so let's pick another example. Hopefully you get it by then. Okay, so you can try this one out yourself to see whether you've gotten the hang of it. Okay, so we'll do the same thing. We look at the first two terms and then we write it in linear form. Okay, so the first two terms is 2x plus 1, right? Okay, so bracket it, we have our x outside, and then we take the next term, which is minus 3. Okay, so we bracket it, and then we have our x outside. We take the next term, which is plus 5, and then we bracket it, everything. We have our x outside of it, and then for the constant term we don't need to add any x outside of the brackets, so this becomes the nested form of this polynomial here. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, subscribe to the channel, it helps. Leave a thumbs up and share with your friend. Thanks for watching.